I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the code too, I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping, I hustle while you rest. We from the cooking too, ain't nothing left.
Bullard, man, I'm here with another edition of the Reality Round with my co-host
Chris Black, Boss Hog 215. Hey man, I gotta say, another episode down in the books. Episode 3 was great. We got a lot of feedback. We appreciate that, people. Keep it coming. Appreciate all the views. Just trust me, this is not going unnoticed by us. We definitely showing love. And as we promised, we are responding to the comments. Whether you like it or not, I mean, you get a response. So it is what it is. So we're going to start this one off a little bit different. We're going to jump into a life topic first. First thing we're going to get into is with life, just with people. You know, people do certain things, you know, and complain about things after it happens. So if you don't want the label, don't fit the description. How do you feel that is?
Woo! I'm talking about. Yeah, see now, and I think you segued this perfectly. In my lifetime, in the past, present, and what's really messed up is I'm sure I'll be able to say future too. I don't even cross a lot of bitch ass niggas.
Okay, we just taking it there. All right.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that. You got a lot of cats out here, right? They play the game a certain way. Everything about what they do and how they do it says one thing. But when you try to go ahead and put the label with the description, they get offended and they act like, you know, you're doing something wrong. Now,
that's real.
I got a couple examples of that.
Okay.
If you are a fumbling, bumbling, stumbling, drunk dumbass, don't get mad when somebody call you a fumbling, bumbling, stumbling, drunk dumbass. That's just one example.
Okay.
If you are a pill popping, dipping off, dumb dickhead motherfucker, don't get mad when somebody call you a pill popping, dipping off, dumb dickhead motherfucker.
Real shit.
If you a chick, if you running around out here fucking everything moving like a whore, don't get mad when somebody calls you a fucking whore. If you don't want the label, don't fit the description. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired.
I feel you, man. You know, we all know some people like that. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just no simpler than that. I mean, if you don't want the trouble that comes along with it, you don't want the label that comes along with it, just don't do it. Or if you're going to do it in moderation, or even that, keep your ass in the house. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I'm saying.
You know, and for the females, if you want to just, you know, if you're promiscuous and, you know, you just can't handle one dick at a time, don't be on Instagram, motherfucker, twerking and, you know what I'm saying, letting niggas slide in your DM and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about it.
That, you know what? And I'm so glad you brought that up, my brother. I'm so glad. Because, see, too many times, and it don't even matter what platform it is, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, too many times I've seen females post all kinds of shit.
Right.
And then the minute the niggas come crawling out the woodwork, they quick to jump on. Oh, this is just Facebook. Oh, this is just Instagram. This is just pretend. It's entertainment.
Well, these niggas is thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
You need to find another form of entertainment.
Yeah.
If you don't want that kind of attention, which I doubt, but if you don't want that kind of attention, don't invite it. Once again, it goes right back to the title of the segment. Don't fit the description if you don't want the label.
Oh, you know what? I got one for you. I know a couple niggas like this. Don't walk around here with a Hermes belt, which costs about $2,000, and you're driving a fucking Buick Regal. You know, some things just don't add up. They don't add up at all.
It don't even fit, bro. It's like square peg, round hole all day long.
You know what I'm saying? That's why niggas start bringing the diamonds testers out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, for real? You got a rollie on, but you driving a 97 Tahoe. Oh, no, let me see that joint real quick. Let me test that. Let me see if that joint really real. Come on, man. You can't be doing that, man. Certain things don't add up. It just don't.
Not even a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? So like you say, if you don't want to have that trap ball label, you know what I'm saying, you a neighborhood drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? You might not even be a neighborhood drug dealer. You might just be a regular dude going to work. Just buy yourself a regular $50 belt and call it a day. Life is so much better. It'd be so much better, man. They all do the same thing. Now, if you got it, you got it. I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you got it, you got it. I ain't mad at you. But just don't do it to where as though niggas looking at you like that can't be real.
And you know what? To further that point, because I don't want to make it seem like everything I said was attacking females.
Mm.
The fellas.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be considered a dusty ass, dirtball motherfucker, don't conduct yourself like a dusty ass, dirtball motherfucker. Take care of your kids, man.
Exactly.
And take care of your kids because it's the right fucking thing to do. Not because you know now your baby mama's seeing somebody new. See, this is the kind of shit that gets under my skin, and it makes me have to say this shit again and again and again. I've been reinformed tonight, player. This shit from here all the way to the motherfucking Himalayas. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't fit the description. I'm tired of whores. I'm tired of deadbeat ass niggas. Everybody running around displaying the behavior, but don't want the title. You don't want the title, cut that shit out. And that's reality.
You know what? Couldn't be said no better than that, man. And you know what? We ain't gonna get them too much attention because we to the age now, especially I am. I know you've been past that age. You ain't get onto it, you ain't catch on to it by now, you never will. You know,
for sure.
You never will. So
for sure.
That's a little bit of game for them. So we're gonna jump into our sports segment right now. We got a new one for y'all. It's called the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
So first topic is Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt the Stilt. Is the hype real or is it fabricated? Now I'm gonna let you take this one.
Okay. First of all, let me say rest in peace to the late great Wilt Chamberlain.
Of course.
However, to an extent, I will say it is not real. I'm getting tired of these motherfuckers pulling Wilt out their ass when being compared to Mike. See, we had this conversation last episode about these comparisons. That shit needs to be put on the shelf as a whole. But if you're going to do it, you got to watch what you say and how you say it. When I see ridiculous stat lines posted about this man, and everybody's saying, well, how can Mike be a GOAT when Wilt did, he had 50 rebounds, they had to change the rules, they had to... Listen, bro, let me tell you something. You could take them 50 rebounds and shove them up your ass. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. I'm going to tell you exactly why I say that. When you have, I believe, what was about a 14-year career, 2 rings, and 2 rings 5 years apart, how dominant was you? I can't tell.
Good question.
And I'm still riffing, and I'm still whooping about that fucking 100-point game that I still ain't seen a shred of evidence about. I'm tired of that shit too.
Oh man, okay.
Look, man, real talk. You cannot compare that man to the man, the one, the only. I ain't even gonna say it. We all know who it is by now. Like you said, hey, like the late great Christopher Wallace said, if you don't know, now you know.
You know. I feel you on that, man. You know what? The only thing I can say about Wilt is, I mean, me playing devil's advocate. I mean, I don't know how much proof that we have. I mean, we do have proof of some things, but there's a lot of things we. I mean, of course, the elephant in the room is the 100-point game. You know what I'm saying? We seen Kobe drop 81. And honestly, I think Kobe could have went for more. Me personally, whatever. But that 100-point game, I'm like, okay, when I seen Kobe drop the 81, I was okay, it's possible that he did it. That's the only way I felt. Like, it's a possibility. We seen somebody come close to that number. You know what I'm saying? Physically seen it. And I'm like, okay, it's a possibility, especially if things were tilted in his favor, as far as him being taller than everybody, more athletic. You know what I'm saying? That's a possibility. Do we need the proof? Yeah, we need some type of footage, man. I don't know. Now, the story I heard was that it was a game in Hershey, PA, and it was in some type of a high school gym or something like that. It wasn't even like in an NBA arena. Why are you not playing in the NBA arena when you play in the NBA? I don't know, but that's the story I got. So, I mean, supposedly it's a box score that's attached to it. So, I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Wait. So you trying to tell me that this 100 points was not even during an NBA game?
No, it was during an NBA game. It wasn't in an NBA arena at the time.
NBA arena.
Right. It was I don't know. It was in Hershey, so maybe because Hershey got a football field up there. Hershey got a lot of things up there, like a hockey arena. So they do have a lot of sporting things up there, whatever. So I don't know if that gym was built just to have games for teams in Pennsylvania. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I do know the Sixers, the Warriors at that time probably had their own. They had to have their own arena. They had to have one, and it wasn't that.
So wait a minute. So basically, what you're telling me is that 100-point game could have easily been scored at the Omni Pop. That's what you're telling me.
I won't be that disrespectful about it, but I mean, it could have happened down 16th Street for all we know.
Hold on. Shout out to my main man, Officer Chet, who used to run the power back in the days when I was in the mix. But so Chet could have been the referee in that game. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, Chet ain't that old, so I doubt that. But it could have been somebody that was like him back in the 50s. I don't know.
Maybe Chet Senior, maybe. I mean, I'm just saying that to be, to make a point.
I got you.
I've seen decathlon footage. I've seen him jumping hurdles. I think I even seen him pole vault once. I
think I did see that picture. I think I did see that. You're not far off with that. I think I did see that.
I've seen all of that, but I've yet to see that 100-point game, and I definitely do not see how, in any way, shape, or form, you could call that man the greatest of all time. Not even the greatest center of all time.
Well, look at it this way. And I mean, I think, again, playing devil's advocate, people, some people are number crunchers. You know what I'm saying? I'm more or less of a CNI type of person. I need to see what's happening. I need to see you do certain things before I actually believe it. You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, we would have never got to see that. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're not going to be able to see it. So, got to take it for what it's worth, man. I mean, if you don't believe it, I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Because,
And you know what? You got to take it for what it's worth, and it ain't worth a shit. It ain't worth a shit. Next.
Oh, man. So, now here's my segment right here. We're going to get into Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. Speaking of dominance, he was the most dominant player we've seen since Wilt, right? However, for him to be that dominant, I think he should have more rings. How dominant were you? I mean, your numbers actually, and I was looking at this earlier, are not that far off from that era from a Patrick Ewing or a David Robinson. If you want to go by numbers-wise, around the same numbers. And David Robinson had, I'm not sure if this is right. I'm hoping this is right because I don't want to say it and then get trashed about it later on. But I could have swore I saw at least him having more than one quadruple-double. David Robinson.
Okay.
So that's dominant to me. If you're getting me, one game it was 47 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 blocks. I don't think Shaq has one quadruple-double. Okay,
now let me ask you this question. No disrespect to the Admiral. You know what I mean? I like the Admiral. But right. I gotta play devil's advocate. That wouldn't happen to be that same season where he was putting up those insane numbers only to get destroyed in the playoffs by Elijah, would it?
Might be. It might be because them numbers was crazy that year. He was just like numbers was just nothing to him.
Yeah,
so
he was.
It might have been. It might have been. I think it was 2 seasons before the whole thing happened between him and Robinson. Remember when Dave Robinson scored 71 to win the scoring title, and they just kept giving them the ball because they didn't want Shaq to win the scoring title.
I remember that.
2 seasons previous to that.
Okay.
2 seasons before that. That's when all this was going down. But I mean, however, you know, and I don't want to tell. I mean, Shaq is dominant. He's a big dude, man, big motherfucker, man. There's no. I mean, he get down that low block, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's moving him. Nobody's budging him. Not too many people. We've seen some people hold up against him that you wouldn't think Rodman or Ben Wallace have held their own. They have held their own against Shaq. But my thing is this, if you're so dominant, dominance breeds winning. As we say, Mike is dominant. Mike was a dominant 2-guard. He dominated the whole game, the whole floor. I don't care who was on the floor. He was the most dominant player. And that brought you 6 championships.
And you know what? To further that point, I saw a little snippet earlier of something that Jalen Rose said. And Jalen Rose was saying that the difference between Mike and somebody else, I ain't gonna say his name, because I just said we need to stop that shit.
Right.
He said the difference between Mike and the other dude is that when Mike was doing him, Mike ain't let nobody win.
Right.
There was still other cats getting their fair share here and there. You know, he would win, take a hiatus, win, take a hiatus. Mike didn't take no hiatus.
Right. I mean, it was, back-to-back 3-peats. And honestly, he could have, I don't know, and I'm just saying this, I don't know where he would have dug down deep at, because I think he dug down pretty deep. And you could tell at the end of both of those 3-peats, he was kind of spent, like, all right, I need a break. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of tell. But we could have been possibly looking at 8 straight.
You know what? It's no doubt in my mind it would have been 8 straight.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm just saying it's a possibility. You know what I mean? I'm not, winning 3 straight is hard enough. You know what I'm saying? That's a task within itself. You know what I'm saying? Because one of them seasons was the Olympics, the 92 Olympics. So that's extra basketball on top of you going to him playing in June every year. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I mean, it could have burned him out. Who knows? But he took a break. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But my thing with Shaq is, though, it's more or less like, as dominant as you looked, it didn't equate into the winning everybody thought it should have been. Or at least, you know what? I didn't say everybody the winning I thought it should have been. Because I think from when Mike left, when that break happened, that was Shaq's chance, and Olajuwon stepped up and took that. That was Shaq's chance to get his foot in okay, I'm putting my foot on their necks. Mike gone the first time. Now, man, Mike got a battle for this coming out the East. It wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't that. So my thing with the whole Shaq thing is, like I said, great player, most dominant player I've ever saw physically, you know what I'm saying, with my own 2 eyes. But I think maybe it's a little bit more hype than what it should have been.
Well, if we going off of, if you comparing the numbers that Shaq put up by comparison, I mean, the one thing that I will say is that the other centers that you mentioned, they are Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You can't say that. Yeah, that's a definite. That's a definite. No rap about that. But my thing is this, though. And I don't know if anybody remembers this. Tell us in the comments. In a couple of them runs with the Lakers, Kobe saved their ass. And I'm talking about, it was a big disparity between Shaq's road points and his home points. It was a big disparity between leading up to the West and going to the finals. And I mean, it was no big. I mean, the centers that was playing, he was playing against with the Lakers, Rick Smits, Dikembe, and who's the last one? Who they beat the Nets the last one, right? Was the Nets?
Well, when they beat the Nets,
so remember,
Shaq was still there.
Yeah, so remember they won the 3-peat. So they played the Pacers, the Sixers, right. And it was who was the third East team that they played?
I thought it wasn't the Pistons.
That was the 4th. They was going for a 4-peat.
Okay.
That was the 4th team. So they won 3 and they was trying to go for 4.
Okay.
So I think it was the Nets, yo. I think it was the Nets. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but If it was the Nets, who was he playing? Ty McCullough? I don't know. Like Chris Gatlin? I don't know. Who was he playing against? So when you look back at it, Kobe carried them through, when he had to go through them Blazer teams with Rashid and Brian Grant and them who could play defense. You had to go through Chris Webber and Vlade Divac. You know what I'm saying? You had to go through maybe not great big men in the West, but they're going to D you up. They're going to make you work for it. And, like I said, he didn't play that good on the road versus at home. Don't know why, but if you dominate anywhere. That's the way I look at it. I don't give a fuck if you go to Beirut, you're going to be dominant in Beirut.
Okay.
Don't matter at all. So that's my thing. I'm just saying, dominance ain't dominance. So if you can call out Wilt, I can call out Shaq. That's what I feel about it. Fuck it.
Hey, wait. At least I could say that Shaq did him when there was more people around to do him against. It wasn't like going out, playing ball against your little brother on the kiddie court. Where you just, where you live.
Well, the Dikembe looked like his little African brother.
Huh?
The Dikembe looked like Shaq's little African brother when he was elbowing him on his throat and everything.
Well, hey, you know what? We talked about that before. And Tumbo got everything he needed because we saw what he did to Antonio Davis. And everybody still thought that shit was funny. And as I can recall, it was funny. Y'all thought that was the funniest thing when he elbowed that man in his chest and he grabbed his chest like he was having a heart and he over Winston and shit. Y'all thought that was hella funny.
It was kind of funny though. It was, and in real time as it's happening, it's funny. But when it happened to him, I just felt bad for him. I'm like, damn, because he kept doing it, so it wasn't like he did it once. Every time Shaq would just turn, boom. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, listen, maybe Antonio Davis hit Shaq up and told him, yo, hit him up a couple times for me, big homie. And Shaq, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yo, that leads me to my next player on the hot seat, man. Penny Hardaway. 1 cent. Lil Penny. Now, as I looked through the numbers earlier today, and I gave him a fair shot because we've been talking about this for like a couple weeks now. Price is the first episode we've been talking about Penny. Maybe even before that, before we even started to do this. I started looking at the numbers. A little pedestrian, man. A little pedestrian. I mean, you only giving me 20 and 7? It's not going to cut it, Penny. It's not.
Okay, wait. First of all, playing on a team with a dominant presence like Shaq.
Okay.
You only won't get up for so many shots a game because Shaq is going to get his touches in that paint, bro.
Unless you name Kobe Bryant, you a beast like that. But go ahead. Kobe got his shots.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm gonna ask this one question. Did Kobe game hit top level with or without Shaq?
See, that's a good question. I think he had a lot of great numbers with Shaq because obviously Shaq made the game so much easier for him. But I think he shined when he was by himself because, of course, he got all the shots.
But that's precisely my point. If Penny was in the same situation, who knows? Who knows?
So, all right. So Penny came out as a junior, right? So, I mean, he was about 20, 21 going into this, right? 2021, they went to the finals their second year. Rookie year, they didn't, they won 50 games. Second year, they came out gangbusters and went to the finals.
Okay.
He's 22. I remember a certain name by Kobe Bryant. He was killing at 22. I mean, 40 here, 30 there, in the playoffs. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's back up. We're not gonna sit here and say that Penny ain't never had no big games. He had some big games.
I mean, if you call 36 points a big game, yeah, I'll give you that. Okay. But some dudes was doing that in they sleep.
Nah. We ain't talking about the new wave who jack up.
Back in that era.
Okay. Okay, because you know this new wave track, they'll jack up 60 shots just to get 40 points.
Right.
I mean, so that ain't that does nothing for me at all.
So let me ask you a question then. So let me ask you this then. So, I mean, when you think about it, we're talking about in between 95, 94, 96. So in that window right there, right? Mitch Richmond can give you 36 in his sleep. Spreewell can give you 36 in his sleep. I can keep going, but I'm just giving you examples though. Now, granted, Penny was a point guard. He was a point guard. But you gotta give me something, man. You gotta give me something more than, you know what I'm saying, the little Penny commercials, man. I need to see you drop 50 once at least, man. Come on, like, and then for you to feel as though, and the reason why I'm saying this is I was watching something earlier, and he really feels as though he got shitted on in the sense when he went in his career later on, like when he went to the Knicks and the Suns and all that, and he said he felt as though some of the people that was announcing at that point in time didn't give him his just due. Like, oh, you remember who I am? No, we really don't. We really don't. I mean, you had some thorough commercials. Yeah, I'll give you that. But you wasn't no killer on the court. You wasn't. Nah, man. And granted, you are a point guard. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you that. But don't act like you was a killer. You wasn't. You was going to get that 20 and 7. That was it.
So wait. Okay. He did his job, and he did it well. So now because that's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Okay.
Right? Because if he's the point guard and he comes out and he jacks up a shitload of shots, half of them don't fall. Now everybody mad at him about that. You getting mad at him because he ain't coming out scoring 40 and 50 points from the one.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you want to walk around saying you one of the greatest point guards of all time, but your numbers match Kevin Johnson's, I mean, I can't go with you on that. I can't do it.
Okay, so wait. With that being said, where do you rank him?
Kevin Johnson. I mean, he was a top point guard back in his day, but he wasn't an all-time great. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. The only thing that got Penny over was his fucking sneaks, man. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. That's what it was, man. It was the fucking sneaks. Was it the shoes? Yeah, it was the shoes for him. That's what did it. I'm telling you.
Well, you know what? Penny can say something that a lot of point guards can't say.
What's that?
The greatest player of all time once laced up his sneaks in an NBA game.
He probably had a fucked up game too, didn't he? That probably was one of the worst games in his life. Was that the game he wore the jersey number 12 and they stole his jersey? And he just probably said, fuck it, I'm just going to fuck the whole... My leg already fucked up. I'm going to say fuck it.
No.
That wasn't that game? Okay. All right. I thought it might have been that game.
Not at all.
We know why that was. That was because he was coming back. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had to get his sneak game right. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I need you to redesign this for me. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm coming back, but I need those. Give me them suck ass joints right there with I know the little wiffle ball joints. I know what you're talking about. I got a pair upstairs. That's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he really laced them joints up.
No. Stop.
No, the sneaks was live. The sneaks was live. I mean, I got Penny sneaks. I got Penny packs, like the big boxes, like they come 2 in a box. I got those. Penny, I fuck with your sneaks. Your game just wasn't up to par with, like, he wasn't. And Grant Hill wasn't a point guard, but he was a point forward. He wasn't up to snuff with Grant Hill when Grant Hill was running around doing shit before the injuries. So we could take 2 injury-laced players later on in their career. No, Grant Hill was 2 times better. And Grant Hill was running the point at the forward. It's there, man. It's there. I mean, look, the proof is there, man. The proof is there.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave you to your thoughts, bro. You one of the few people that I've heard speak on Penny and won't say, "Oh yeah, Penny Hardaway. Yeah, Anthony was nice. That boy was tough."
He was all right. He was all right. He was cool and shit. It was cool and shit. But niggas shit was more John Blaze than that. They had John Blaze shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck is they recognizing? You know what I mean? Let me get my mad rapper drink, man. He was cool. Penny was cool. Penny was all right, man. He just wasn't what everybody, I think, me personally, he wasn't what everybody hyped him up to be. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Okay.
And I think personally, we never, and it's one of those what ifs, you know what I'm saying? What if he would have went on to, get more experience, you know what I'm saying? Get more time in the game. Who knows? Maybe Penny would have wound up averaging 25, 7, and 8. He might have been on some LeBron type shit, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't do it, and the thing we got left with is the sneakers. So I'm cool with that, though. I fuck with the sneakers. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what I'm saying.
I mean, listen, bro. I think there's a lot wrong with what you're saying, because I think you're dismissing that man. But
I'm really not. I'm really not. But you know what, though? You know what, though?
If that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing, bro. I mean, look. I'm not. I can't tell you how to feel, and if that's how you feel, hey.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying what I saw, and and what, and probably I think the biggest thing for me was when Shaq did leave, it just all went downhill. Because he played one more year without getting hurt, without Shaq, and then he got hurt the year after that.
Yeah, see, the injuries definitely derailed his shit.
I think he hit his ceiling. I'm saying we don't know that, but I mean, my personal thought, I think he hit his ceiling at 20 and 7. That's no numbers to sneeze at. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I mean, he wasn't Zeke out here throwing down 21 and 10. You know what I'm saying? Zeke was responsible for 40 points a game between scoring and passing the ball.
I ain't gonna comment on dude.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could. That'd be a long conversation. So no.
You know what? Yeah. You know it's a lot of built up hate there. So you know what? You know what we'll do? And we'll put a preview out for the viewers. When The Last Dance is over, we will have a whole episode for The Last Dance. Look forward to that. And you know what? A lot of things are going to be thrown around about Zeke, but I got his back. So we're going to move on from that right now. We ain't going to talk about it no more until then. All right, so speaking of that, we got into a lot of 90s players just now. Give me some of your most underrated players of the 90s.
Okay, well, the first one I'm a throw out there. We've talked about this previously. I would say that Clyde the Glide Drexler. I would say wait a minute, listen. I would say underrated in the sense that oftentimes when we had these conversations, apart from what we're doing right now, when we talk about great two guards, people rarely call his name, bro.
You know what? You're right, because now he's been overtaken by Wade. He's being knocked down the list. Yeah, because it's been a while since I heard somebody say he's the second best. Kobe, of course, you know what I'm saying. But like, remember at one time it was Mike, then Clyde, and then a new wave hit, and that was it.
Well, and that's why I say he would have to be considered one of the more underrated players from that era, because I mean, for his career, he averaged right around 22, 23 points a game. Am I right?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about that.
And he averaged how many assists? About 6.
I think it breaks down to be like 23. Actually, it was more rebounds. So it was like 23, 6 boards, and like 5.6 assists. So let's give him 6 assists. So 23, 6, and 6.
Okay. And those numbers are very, very, I mean, those are good fucking numbers for
they're great numbers.
A two guard. You know what I'm saying? So, like, come on, man. Like, he played in the era when ball was ball. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there, too.
That's real.
So, yeah, Clyde is definitely, I would definitely say Clyde is my first.
Okay.
Now, my second one, we talked about it a little bit before.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm still on edge. I'm still waiting.
And you had a difficult time coming up with this person you still have not. Point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Price.
Yo, I was going to say him, but I didn't want to go there. I was going to say him, but I was like, no, it can't be Mark Price. But you're right, though. You're right. He was the first person to start splitting the defense. When they go to the track, he was the first person to split it. So, definitely.
You know what? And the thing is, man, being a Bulls fan, I've seen a lot of him. So I definitely know the Bull guy game. But for all of the things I've ever seen him do, for the threat that I knew he was on the court, nobody never calls his name. When you talk about great point guards from the 90s, I've never hear nobody say Mark Price's name.
Yeah, that's real, man.
His name definitely deserved to get called. He was a top-notch player.
Yeah, Mark Price, like I said, he was the first, and I know it was like a little pause there in a second, my fault, but he was the first person I think I actually saw, like I said, like they go to trap him, he would split the defense. And it's like, damn, how the hell are you doing that? And that's when everybody else started doing it. So he was the first person to do it. So I got to give him his props for that. So yeah, definitely that. He was a great shooter. Definitely a great shooter. Steve Nash, I need to thank him for a little bit of his game too. Because there's a lot of stuff I've seen Steve Nash do is reminiscent of Mark Price.
Yes, sir. A lot of similarities for sure. Definitely,
man. Yo, that was a good one. And I was thinking that. You got me with that one. You definitely got me with that one. So I'm going to throw out a couple names. I gave you one of mine because I was just trying to guess. I think Nick Van Exel deserved a little more props, man. I think he deserved a little more props. Because when that boy got hot, sometimes it was just over, man. Nothing you could do with him. Had a crossover, had a handle. He was an all-star. And he just never got the props he deserved, man. I love Nick Van Exel game. He was fearless. No matter who he was playing, he was going to cross you up, hit the three. Him?
Cross you up, hit the three, run down court doing it.
Right, yeah. Shadow box for no reason. Like, who are you boxing? Him. And another one I would say is Vin Baker. Man, I love this game. I love Vin Baker game. I love this game. Had a mid-range. You could post up. Good rebounder. Yeah. Just an all-around great player, man. Great player. Never got the props. And I think some of these guys, too, like, think about it, they never was on those championship teams either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and for some reason, I don't know why, you have to do that or be in the mix of that. You know what I'm saying? Be in the finals. None of them guys were never there. Never there. For one reason or another, you know what I'm saying? And, your guy might have been the reason for all of them because Vin Baker was around the time with Mike, definitely Mark Price, Van Exel. They was all playing in that same era.
So I really don't want to say I'm sorry because I'm really not. But say, no,
you're not sorry. You're not sorry.
I'm not. I'm really not. But I get it. I'll say it as I get it at the end of the day. You're right. He poured water on a lot of fires.
Yeah, he definitely did. Because a lot of people, even down to those Heat teams, those Knicks teams, great teams, they just couldn't get over the hump with him. They just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? My boys went there and tried to. And you know what? I'm gonna blame George Karl nut ass for us losing to y'all. But I don't want to get too far into that. Because if he would have put Gary Payton on Mike at least a few more games, who would have knew what would have happened? But I ain't gonna get all that. Because that's gonna take us left. I ain't gonna get all that. So I'm blaming George Karl for our failure in the finals against y'all. Yeah, that's what happened. So that, and another player too. One more I'm gonna cap it off with on my side. Derek fucking Coleman, man. Derek Coleman.
You think he was underrated?
Yes, very much so, man. And I think it was his underratedness was his fault because he was always in fucking trouble. When he kept getting, he got a string. He was booked. Like he kept getting booked for like 5 straight seasons. He got locked up for some reason. But you have talent when the team keeps bringing you back.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely.
He was definitely underrated. I think his career numbers, he ended up on a low, averaging 18 and 10.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking solid. Yeah,
for a double for your career, a lot of people can't say that. You know what I'm saying? And then I got one funny story about him too. Did you ever hear about the time him and Chris Webber got into? Matter of fact, I think I had talked to you about it. You ain't know about it. Him and Chris Webber got into it in a game down here in Philly, whatever. He was playing with the Sixers. This is his last run with the Sixers. They got into it in the game, whatever, and something happened to where Derek Coleman felt disrespected. So he tried to get at C-Webb at the locker room. C-Webb was nowhere to be found. So Derek Coleman decides to go ahead and drive to the fucking airport to catch the team plane. He really wanted to run with his ball. but they wouldn't let him through the airport.
You know what?
Derek Coleman, I got to give him his props for that. Just because he wasn't taking no shit and he could ball. Like, for real, man. I love him, man. I love Derek Coleman to death. I love his game left.
Well, see where I don't know if he ain't get the memo or not, but I remember once Derek Coleman made that commercial like several years ago where he talked about being at this ball court, the same court that he was at during the commercial. He said he was out there playing ball one time and he got jumped by about 7 guys or some shit like that. And then he looked at the camera real greasy, like, I wonder where them 7 guys at right now. like so.
It's DC, yo.
That told you right there that the man had some animal up in him.
Yo,
you know what I'm
saying?
Yo,
it's another story too. Quinton Richardson was telling this story about how remember Sean Rooks? He used to play for the he played for the ER. So Sean Rooks had got into it with Derek Coleman during the game, right? And he made a mistake and elbowed Derek Coleman. Well, he said that Sean Rooks said it was a mistake. DC wasn't having that. So the coach took him out, whatever. So so he about to get back in. Derek Coleman checked himself back in. He said he got that ball and pump figured like he was gonna pass it right in his face. Bam!
Yo, I've never seen that shit. Yo, yeah,
that was all on purpose, yo.
That was heavy, bro. I remember that. That's
all on purpose, yo.
See,
gotta give Derek Coleman his props, man.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I respect any man that don't take no shit.
Yo.
I mean, you gotta love that.
Yeah, you definitely was with the shits, man. Definitely DC, man. So yeah, all right. So do you have anybody else you wanted to bring up, or that was your 2 and you out?
That was my 2 and I'm out.
All right, so let's go through this, man. Moments in sports. Moments in sports to where as though things that made you go, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck? Like, and why you had that reaction? Like, why did you feel that? Like, it could be anything: basketball, football, baseball, boxing, anything. So
you asking me right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to be sure. I ain't want to step on nothing. You know what? I'll say 2 of them.
Okay.
The last 2 times I saw Tyson Fury fight. Now, wait a minute. The first time, we had to bear witness to a whole lot of fuckery. You know, tight-ass leprechaun suits and shit. And
yeah.
Like, you gotta watch all that extracurricular shit that takes place in the back.
Right.
But only to get denied visual access when it's time to wrap his hands. The first time
that was weird.
They put the towel over the joint.
That was weird.
Then when he fought this last time, they went on and said, fucking unplug the joint.
Yeah, some weird shit.
Both instances, I sat there and I said, what the fuck? It didn't make sense to me, good brothers. I was confused. I was at a loss for words.
No, I feel you know what? You know what's crazy? I didn't see the first one. I heard about it. But the second one, I was actually watching. You know how sometimes you don't, you're running around doing whatever before the fight come on. And the second one, I was just sitting there. Everything, cool, food was grilled. I'm done. All right, I can actually watch this. All right, cool. So I'm sitting there or whatever. And I'm like, yo, why the camera just go off? I'm like, wait a minute, I just saw Deontay Wilder, his drink, whatever. He was doing the stretching and whatever and doing. Wait. They ain't gonna show the commissioner, the boy signing his tape? What's going on here? Then I was like, you know what? Man, this boy gonna lose, man. I already knew it. From that point, I was like, he lost.
All the way up to the point when it was time to wrap the mother. See, that don't set right with me. Then like, fast forward past that night, these videos leak of this shit.
Yeah, the wobbly, yeah.
Like, homie, like, come on. What part of the game is that? What the fuck is in that glove, dog?
Now, and this is my thing, too, to even compound that. Was it a whole lineup from both sides of the camp to get a third fight? Because Wilder, yo, like, you complaining about a 40-pound suit. my man, you ain't try that on before you walked down? So that means they made this whole suit and you didn't try that on at any point in time before you decided to walk. Because if I'd have put it on like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. I can't do that. I'm just coming down. Yo, cut me a towel. I'm going down Mike Tyson style. Fuck it.
yeah, pretty much. For sure.
I definitely feel you on that. It was a lot of fuckery with that, man. A lot of fuckery. And I don't understand it. And I think it's something that, and honestly, I'm to the point I don't even want to see the third fight. I really don't. I really don't.
I do and I don't. I got mixed emotions about it.
Because if this is going to happen again, now you rob me out another $75. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, 'cause I felt that last round I got robbed, man. I really do, man. I felt as though, like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, first of all, the trainer, yo, this dude was clearly punch drunk. And at first I thought he busted his eardrum, but he said he didn't. That came out of Wild to say he didn't.
Well, you know what, bruh? It's some strange shit going on with your heads because it's leaking blood.
Exactly. And that shouldn't be happening.
We really saw that.
Yeah.
So
I immediately thought he has no equilibrium. He busted his fucking eardrum. Damn. How you gonna get out of this one? You can't. I felt bad for him. I'm like, damn, stop the fight, man. Like, this over.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
Been like Apollo's corner man. Throw the towel. Throw the towel.
Yo, he took it back to Apollo. Yeah.
Hey man, listen. It was on the same type of time.
Oh man. I got one here, man. And I found this kind of weird. I found this out a couple days. You know, they've been playing all these old games. And why the fuck did Greg Popovich take Tim Duncan out of the game when they lost to the Heat with 19.4 seconds left? What sense does that make? Thank you. Yeah, lost for words. I was too. That makes no sense at all.
Yeah, that is no doubt a what the fuck moment.
So, and think about it. Now, what happens from that is you take him out. LeBron misses that three. He missed the three. Chris Bosh, who Duncan would have been, you know what I'm saying, fending off to get the rebound, grabs an easy offensive rebound, kicks out to Ray Allen three. Now it's a whole different ballgame. That was that same, and around that same sequence, that's exactly what happened. So I got to say, Pop, for everything you've done to make us think that you're a great coach, what the fuck was you thinking at that point in time?
Hey, man, listen.
Yo, like,
everybody was entitled to a fuck up here and there. I mean,
nah, man, I ain't trying to hear it. Fuck that shit, man. Tim Duncan, I don't give a fuck if you 90, nigga. You gonna get this rebound. You staying out there. You are not, no bench. Ain't no bench, nigga. Yo, we go to overtime. That's the next time you see the bench shit. You get that quick 2-minute rest and you get your ass back out there. No. I mean, you got the, and you know, y'all start reeling the trophy out there and they wheeling the trophy out. All this is going on. You taking him out the game. Nah, I'm gonna make sure we don't look crazy. And damn sure then y'all look crazy after that.
I mean, look, man. When you right, you right. It was. I don't get it. I can't sit here and make excuses for the motherfucker. I'm not gonna try to. I mean, all I can say is, hey, you know what? It most definitely was a what the fuck moment.
Yeah, because I don't understand that.
Unexplainable.
And I got another one. Oh man, this is gonna be funny. What the fuck was the Raiders organization thinking when they sent Jamarcus Russell a videotape of a playbook and told him, "Yeah, well, did you look at it? Yeah, I looked at it. It wasn't even nothing on there. What the fuck did you give him all that money for? I need to know."
I mean, that right there, I believe, was one of the few instances that they can look back at and say, this is why we stopped cutting these husky ass rookie checks around the league. I mean, Jamarcus Russell, Yeah, he's a example of that. Prime example.
Yeah, he definitely got paid for nothing at all. He definitely got. And I heard that story. I'm like, yo, this got to be a lie. And then like 3 more people are like, no, that's real. Like, no, it was nothing on there. They just wanted to test him to see if he actually was reading the goddamn playbook. And oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, because this, that, and the third. Huh? No, dude, it was nothing on there. I'd be like, immediately I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, just turn your equipment in. Don't worry about nothing else. No, we'll cut you whatever is guaranteed out of that. You're going to see about 10% of that. Go ahead about your way, brother. Good luck in this league.
Yeah. I think that, with a situation like that, whether you're talking about an athlete that you just drafted or just some, if in everyday life, somebody that you just recently met and you may be trying to build something with, once you see that red flag of fraud blowing in the wind, you might as well just cut your ties right there, because it's just going to blow harder and harder, homie.
Exactly.
It ain't going to let none.
Exactly.
That's a preview of what's to come.
Exactly. It's only going to get worse.
Just move
only
on.
going to get worse. Only going to get worse, man.
No
yeah,
doubt.
So that was that for me with the what the fuck moments, man. But you know what's crazy out of that whole ordeal too? When I sit back and think about it, and that goes, and I hate to say this, that was all Al Davis is doing. And I mean, and I always say this, man, the only way the Cowboys are going to get right, and I know this is not going to sound right because I'm jumping to two different things, but when you have an owner that's all in your mix and doesn't have really the football knowledge that's needed to pick these players, to see those red flags when they sending security teams out to go find about these players, and you come back, I don't give a shit. He could throw the ball 70 yards on his knees. We're drafting him. Dude, just stay with the money. Stay with the money and hire your GM and your people to do their job. Cowboys going to have the same problem until Jerry Jones decides to step away or, God forbid, he passes away. They're going to have the same exact problem. Can't have an owner in the middle of your shit. Can't do it. Owners are not meant to run the teams. Owners are meant to hire people to get that shit done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sometimes I think with anything, the worst thing that can happen to anyone is to be right early on about something. Because when you experience just a smidge of success by getting it right.
Right.
And for real, it could have just been a lucky ass guess. Now all of a sudden you can't be stopped.
Right.
You think every time out you just got to you got to have your ingredients in this mixture.
Right. Exactly.
It'll turn out right, and that's not the case at all. That's not the case.
So, moving along from that, man, breaking news today, and I'm glad you sent this to me because you know what? It makes me glad that I have, speaking of owners and GMs and coaches who know talent and know personalities in these players. I'm glad we didn't draft this guy because I wanted him so bad. Deandre Baker and Quinton Dunbar have a warrant out for their arrest in Miami, and both players are facing 4 counts of armed robbery charges. What does the world come to?
You know what? It's very, very early on in this process, or should I say situation, rather. I don't know what all is in play here.
Right.
But what's on the surface, that in itself is a what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
Just doesn't add up. Why are professional NFL football players being sought after by the law for robbing somebody?
Exactly.
This shit is about as ass backwards can get.
It's supposed to be the other way around. They're supposed to be trying to take you down. Like, come on.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. If anything, somebody should be trying to run down on you, not the up around. Like, I mean, it's unreal. And all I can say is, as the story develops further, I hope there's just some missing pieces to the puzzle that ain't been added yet, that'll clear this whole thing up and make everybody look at them a tad bit different. Because I can tell you right now, the reaction around the world, everybody's saying the same shit. Like, are you serious?
Right. Like, y'all fucked up like that? Like, And then, and you know what? And the thing is, to me, whatever, like you said, we got to see how this all breaks down. Because armed robbery, okay. Y'all niggas trying to rob a jewelry store or a bank or something? Because I don't see the money that y'all getting. Y'all going to rob somebody has that on hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I would hope you're not that fucked up. I would hope you're not. But as you know, some athletes are saying these days, man, with this whole COVID thing hitting, whatever, a lot of motherfuckers are living check to check in these sports, man. They did say that. That was something they threw out there. Like everybody thinking, you know, select few who have gotten their money. You know what I'm saying? Who the upper echelon of players. You know, these are two guys who aren't well known. Deandre Baker, I believe, was drafted last year. Yeah, it was last year because, like I said, I wanted us to draft him. Thank God we didn't. But, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, the money is not there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got your hangers-ons and all that, but you shouldn't do nothing stupid like that.
But see now, okay, what I would say to that is this. Unless they know something we don't, for all intents and purposes, the NFL is going to push forward in the fall. Sit still and wait on your bread, bro. Just sit still. Do what you got to do to put the best version of you on that field so that if this shit does move forward like they're claiming it's gonna,
right,
you're good.
And my thing is this, though, too, man. If you're playing for these franchises and they know what's going on, look, man, I need a loan. If it got that bad, I need a loan before I go out here and do something crazy. So I don't want to embarrass this franchise. I got this going on. I got that going on. I got to pay this. I got to pay that. I need a loan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say they will do it, but, you know, these are crazy circumstances. You know what I'm saying? They might say, all right, you know what? We'll just take it out, you know what I'm saying, when we start paying you. All right, cool. At least you're not under pressure no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get whatever you got to get handled. But armed robbery, yeah, no, that's not. I can't get jiggy with that shit from any professional player. I can't get jiggy with that shit. I can't.
Definitely can't get jiggy with that.
Can't. No way, no how, man. No way, no how. And like I said, man, you know, that goes to say, like, you know, again, like, you know, sometimes you draft these players, you don't know who they are and what circumstances they're in either. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you never know if they backs is against the wall. We got to make a move, bro. We got to do this. We got to do that. They're not even thinking like, you know what I mean, a couple months from now, we might be cool, start getting that money rolling in. We can take care of what we got to take care of. No, we need this right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. But it's sad, man. It's a sad situation. I just hope, like you said, man, as it all unfolds, it's not what the original reports are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we're going to move into our last segment, man. Our last segment of this episode 4, coming to a close. We're going to go with our usual closeout, start, bench, and cut. We're going with 90s point guards. Gary Payton, John Stockton, and Jason Kidd. Who you starting, who you benching, and who you cutting? If you cut, my man is on.
All right. Who I'm starting, who I'm benching, who I'm cutting. Okay. This is actually rather difficult for me.
Nobody was on the Bulls at no point in their career, so you should be cool.
See, now that right there was a straight up. I mean, that shot's fired all day. I'm gonna be the bigger man and ignore that snide remark. Okay. Now, I am going to do this though. Who am I start? Okay, I think I'm gonna do it this way. I think I'm gonna start Gary Payton.
Okay. All right.
And I'm starting Gary Payton because I like Gary at both ends of the floor.
No doubt.
I think I'm going to bench John Stockton.
Okay. I didn't see that one coming. All right, go ahead.
Let me tell you why though.
Okay.
Because when I go to the bench, with Stockton coming in there, even though I'm going to experience a drop off defensively, I know Stockton can run my offense. And I know Stockton can score from the perimeter consistent. He can hit that three on in. The three ball, the foul line shot, he can run. Well, we all know he was pick and roll. I know he can run my offense, and I'm not going to get much of a drop off offensively. Now, defensively, he's nothing like GP in that way. But at least I know.
Because Kid has some D too in his day.
Right. But Kid's perimeter game scares me, man. It's just too inconsistent. Just too inconsistent. He's a hell of a passer. One of the best passes I've ever seen.
Mm.
But if you got to be able to put the ball in the hoop. That's the object of this game. That's the object.
Okay.
And that's why I said this was so difficult, because by me running it down like that, one would think that I like Stockton better than Kid. I'm not saying that. But you're
saying for your purposes, for your team. That's what it's about.
You know what I'm saying? There you go. That's my start bench cut, baby.
All right. So I'm going to go. Of course, the glove going to start for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just without a doubt. I'm not being a homer, man. He's just he has the better combination of both offense and defense out of both players.
I just noticed you make sure you put your man in the mix any at all, but it's cool. Go ahead.
All right, man. So GP is starting because he can play. Because you know what, he can give me my defensive stopper. You know what I'm saying, for a wing defender, and he can score offensively. He got a little hand the greatest perimeter shooter, but he can knock him down. And you know what I'm saying, he had a post up game. There you go, right there. Can't get no better than that. I'm benching J Kidd. And the reason why I say this is I know he didn't have the jump shot, but I might not need him coming off my bench to shoot. I might need him to come in there and keep the offense stabilized. I might need that. You know what I'm saying? So if he come in there and give me 10, 7, and 7, I'm good. He was a walking triple-double at one point in time. Even though it was low because he wasn't a scorer, he might give you 12, 11, and 10, but a triple-double is a triple-double. And I'm cutting Stockton because Carmelo ain't around in this scenario. Shorts was too tight. I mean, it's a lot of things. I ain't gonna start busting on him. But nah, man. Honestly, like I just feel as though like offensively, defensively, I think he was a liability.
Right.
If you get a guard that's bigger than him, you're gonna get posted up. You get a guard that's faster than him, they cross him over to the lane. So for that reason, and that reason, not that reason alone, and Carmelo ain't there again. Yeah, I can't bang with you, dog. I can't do it at all.
I can dig it.
So, so you know what? We got a little bit of time left here, man. It's a little bit. We're gonna try this new segment I was telling you about. Freestyle segment on the podcast. And it could be it could be anything, any sport, any thought, any life topic, anything you just want to just blurt out. Well, and chop it up about it for a second. So you have anything?
Anything that I want to talk about for a second? Well, I'm going to just say this, and this might sound random as hell, but this is what you asked for. The NBA draft will be approaching soon.
Okay.
And while I will watch it, because that's just what I do, I don't feel nearly as enthused or excited about watching that shit as I did watching the NFL draft. Your thoughts on that?
I'm with you. I don't like the talent pool this year. I don't. It's only one player I like coming out, and that's the boy from Georgia, Anthony Edwards, I believe his name is.
Right.
Bonafide scorer. I'm tired of seeing these mock drafts with which one? The last ball son, LaMelo. That's his name.
Yeah.
I keep seeing number 1, number 2, and I'm like, yo. I mean, he could have at least went to college and showed us something. Lonzo went to college and showed us something. You over there playing against Armand Fukarov over there. I don't know who dude is. Like, and you averaging 50. I don't care. I don't know who these dudes are. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen them play before. And granted, some of the European players are good. I'm not saying, obviously, we've seen some great European players. But the competition is far and few between over there, man. It's far and few between. And you went over there and beat up on them. And I just feel as though, like, you know, you got to prove yourself at some point in time. You got to show me something. You got to show me something. You know what I mean? He hasn't shown. I haven't seen anything from him. It's almost like he ran from each situation. Like, you ran out of high school and did that, and then you messed the whole thing because you couldn't go to college to return pro. And I'm like, dude, you just messed up your chance to actually us see you. Are you the best son out of that camp? It wouldn't be saying nothing decent, but okay, we could say you're the best son out of that camp.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we can't even say that because we don't know. Now we gotta wait till you get in the league, and if you're worse than Lonzo, man, I feel sorry for you.
Well, you know what? If he is, I still say this whole fucking debacle is his pop's fault.
Yeah.
He put the target on all his sons' back.
Yeah.
Talking shitty talk. So I mean, hey.
Yeah, how you do that? Yo, that's some suck. Yo, they should have rolled on. That's some suck ass shit, nigga. You only average like 3 points a game in college, dog. Like, the fuck? Shut the fuck up sometimes, man. Let us do what the fuck we gonna do.
That's asking too much. That's asking too much.
So, you know what? I got one thing I do want to talk about real quick, and we can wrap it up after that, man. And this is I was just thinking about this the other day. You know, it's weird to me how you see. I'm looking at the running backs of today's game in the NFL. It's rare to see a running back that actually does it all. A running back that's a 3-down running back. You know what I'm saying? Why are the running backs burning out so fast?
Well, I think that for one, it seems like durability in today's league is just not what it was.
Right.
By comparison to yesteryear. You know, I just think, you know, regardless of position, durability, I don't know what has changed. I don't know why it seems like players are banged up so far more often than they are not.
Right.
But as far as that position goes, I mean, there is this one running back. Excuse me. It is this one running back.
Wow. Talk about a homer. Okay, go ahead.
No. Wait. Hold on. Now, see, it ain't about being a homer. It's just about answering the question.
Okay.
You asked me about a 3-down running back. You asked me about a running back that could do it all.
Yep.
You asked me about a running back that you can hand off to on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down. You asked me about a running back that can motion out of the backfield, line up in the slot. You asked me about a running back that can help run trick plays, catch passes from receivers down sidelines on Thanksgiving Day and take it to the house. You asked me about running backs that could do this type of thing, and I'm just trying to provide you with said running back. There's a running back by the name of, they call him Mo. Devin Singletary. That's the running back you're looking for. That's the one you seek out, and that's reality.
Well, I hope we're having the same conversation 5 years later. We'll see how long that lasts. I mean, and there's no knock on him. It's just the running backs these days, it's an ACL here or, you know what I'm saying, something here, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they're not even getting it. Maybe they being baby. I think that at some point you got to stop babying them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because honestly, that's the one position at one point in time it was the highest paid. Now it's like one of the lowest paid. Offensive tackle gets more than a running back. And that's sad, yo.
Because owners, see, I consider shit like that to be owner manipulation.
Yes, they're trying to protect, the quarterback. I get it.
They have manipulated the narrative of what's important to a football team. And they have just like conspired, I would say. It got everybody thinking all of a sudden that you don't need a top quality back to be successful. They have minimized the position. They've downplayed it. The owners have done that shit. They've done it. And see, the reason they have done it is because now that's just one less. I mean, think about it. If you look back to the days of, say, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, those guys got paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got paid. So now, but if you could maybe get everybody looking at things a little differently going forward, present and going forward. Now all of a sudden there's one less skill position that you got to worry about cutting a husky check for.
But you can't run these dudes into the ground. I feel bad for the running backs because what is like, they get these rookie deals for 4 or 5 years, right? And then it's, okay, you got that small window between that and 30. If you come out at 21, 22, now you almost to 30 and they don't want to pay you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, that's not cool. Like,
well, see, I think what needs to happen, I think that the agents that represent these guys, when they sit down and negotiate these contracts, I think that needs to be worked into the language of the contract. It needs to be something there to compensate the player,
right?
So that you can't pull that bullshit on them a couple years into their deal. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, because I heard something about, I forgot who it was. One of the, it might have been Rosenhaus. I forgot who it was. And they were saying they might start having the running backs do 3-year deals, no matter what round they come out of. 3-year deal, that'll put you at 24. Let's say you can do all your years, you do 24. Now you got that 6-year window to, okay, you want me to play another 5 years, you got to pay me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the smartest thing I heard. You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, let's shorten the years on the deal just for the running backs. If you're going to get the quarterbacks all the money, let's shorten the deals for the running backs and let's see how it adds up then.
And you know what's something, and I'm not saying that this is facts, it's just an assumption on my part. But last I heard, our running back has not signed yet. He's the only draft pick that we've drafted this year that has not signed yet. Okay. So something like that might be getting worked out in this situation. Zach Moss.
Okay, all right.
And again, I'm not saying now, unless he signed and it got past me, which I seriously doubt. You know, but and again, I'm not saying that I know this for certain. I don't know why he hasn't inked yet, but it is a little interesting that everybody else has signed but him. They might be working something like that out for him so that he don't fall into that kind of a trick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's what's up. They need to, man. Something needs to be done about that, man. I think it's only right. You're taking care of other positions, like you said. Every position on the field is a skill player to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a skill you have to get to that level, to get to the NFL, and to be a starter. So every position, center, guard, long snapper, I don't care who you are. You're a skilled player. So pay them people, man. Pay them. Give them they just do. Just do them right, man. That's all I can say.
No doubt.
With that being said, man, we are done, man. Episode 4 is a wrap. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. We'll let you go ahead and do what you do because you do it the best. Close it out, bro.
Well, we just want to say one more time for yet another episode. Thank you for kicking it with two brothers that put it down like no other. Your boy, Reality Ron Bullard. My main man, Chris Black. Where you need a reality check, the reality realm is where it's at. So hashtag truth hurts, hashtag real talk, hashtag keeping it 100, hashtag real recognize, real follow on YouTube and IG at the reality realm. And that's reality. Huh?
We out this joint.
I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the code till I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping. I hustle while you rest. We from the cooking still ain't nothing left.